Welcome to FlyFox News. I'm Daniel, broadcasting to you live from the middle of the desert. We've got some hard-hitting news today, some great news, wonderful news. Here it is. Let's jump right into it. First of all, Steven Crowder's YouTube account locked, demonetized for spreading false information about the election. Except all the information he was spreading was information he went and discovered for himself by going to different places and checking voter rolls against the actual locations where the voters were registered, which sometimes was the middle of an intersection or an alley or didn't exist. The street number didn't exist. There was no home there. There was no house. There was no residence. No one lived there. But yet, he has been kicked off of YouTube. But, flat earthers, you can spread your disinformation. Second up, former United States Senator Heidi Heitkamp accused actress Gina Carano of being a Nazi who hangs out with white supremacists. And then, in hindsight, said, maybe I'm open to to a lawsuit here. Oops, maybe I... And, ironically, proving exactly what Gina Carano initially tweeted about cancel culture being dehumanizing. Proving her right. United States senators are not required to be smart. Thus, she's a former United States senator. And then finally, a bit of happy news. Oh wait, no it's not. San Diego teachers provide in-person learning to migrant children while residents, that means citizens, and it's not migrant children, it's children whose parents were irresponsibly taking them to a different country where they were not residents or citizens illegally and hoping that we would take them in. They're getting in-person education from teachers in San Diego. But the San Diego children, the citizens, the people who didn't come here illegally, no, they don't get that in-person education. Instead, they got to remain online, where it shows that children are doing more poor. They're doing worse online than they did in person. Oh, but that's okay. All that matters is that these migrant children are getting taught in person. That's what's important. Now into pop culture news. Zack Snyder's Justice League, the nightmare sequence, is basically injustice. Duh, CBR! What a worthless piece of crap website you are, CBR. This is your article that you come out with. Oh, man. Oh, great. You've shown us that something everybody knew. Every person that reads your website already knew that Injustice and this were similar. Shout out to Mike Miller, artist on DC Comics' Injustice comic book based on the best-selling video game. #1 digital comic for a while. Good job to Mike Miller. And that's your news for today. Tell me, what do you think about these things? Do you think that YouTube should be blocking Steven Crowder? Demonetizing him over his investigative journalism, essentially? But this is nothing new. This is nothing new for big tech. Big tech has decided that what they don't like is against their policies. So therefore, they define their policies in such a way that they can indiscriminately or discriminately just take people off without reason, without true cause. How about all those videos posted by CNN, MSNBC for 4 years claiming that there was some sort of Russian interference and that Donald Trump was only president because of the Russians, and there's this Steele dossier, and there's all this stuff, there's all this evidence. There wasn't. Just a bunch of bull. Why are those videos still up, you wonder? Why did they never get taken down? Oh, is it because, Google learned from those mistakes? No. It only goes one way. It only goes one way. And that's the problem with YouTube. It used to be a nice free platform where people could put their videos up there, and if they were good, they got traction. Now they want to push things. They want to control your information. What do you think about people, dumb people, perpetuating cancel culture and proving people like Gina Carano right. Are we going to tolerate this in our communities, in our society? Or are we going to put our money where our mouth is and start supporting independent, free speech? Apart from, oh, well, I watch the YouTube videos. They're getting demonetized. People aren't making a living from that if they're actually telling the truth, actually trying to inform people about the world in the way that it is. Are you looking for alternative ways to support these people? Are you putting your money where your mouth is, or are you continuing to consume the media that the culture is pounding down your throat? They're shoving all this poison down your throat constantly. Well, I'm going to watch The Winter Soldier and the Falcon. I know it's not a good show, but I'm going to keep watching it because I like Marvel comics. And they continue to shove the poison down your throats. A company that supports the Chinese Communist Party, a party that has continually killed its people since its very existence, and even today is committing genocide. Disney is bought and paid for by the Chinese Communist Party so often. They're controlling what Disney puts out. Think about that for a second. We don't want to offend this government party, so we're not going to make any art that might be offensive to them. Media corporations changing logical story choices like having China invade the United States in the Red Dawn remake to North Korea, a country that has no chance of being able to pull something like that off because we don't want to offend China. They're determining what goes into your art, your media that you're consuming. Is that what you want? A murderous regime that oppresses its people, takes away their rights, kills them? That's what Disney does. I'm not saying you can't watch anything Disney puts out, but think about your choices before you make them. That's all I'm asking. Think about what you're doing before you sit down and watch something. Is this something I want to support, even if I like it? Is there an alternative way where they might not get as much money? Can I wait a few months until that DVD comes out and it's in the used store and they don't get any money from it? I don't know. Make your own choices. Decide for yourself what you want to do. But keep all these things in mind. That these companies, they're not your friend. They're no one's friends. Except for themselves. Money in their pocket. Control. Power. That's what they want. From big tech to Disney, they're all just about power and money. And as long as you continue to give them money, consume what they're putting out, put up with it, allow them to dictate the conversation, they have control over you. They have power over you. That's just the way that it works. And that's FlyFox News for today. If you'd like to support us, we actually have a Patreon, www.patreon.com/FlyFoxPro. We'll get you there. At $50 a month, we'll be launching a new podcast. It's true. All right, guys. I want you to know that I care about you very deeply. Adios.